Happy Tuesday, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your May the 26th, 2026. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend, and although it was rainy and damp, wet weather is going to continue here in our forecast, but we may get some signs, some drier weather as we go into early next week. Now, before we get going into this full report, if you're new here to the Talkin' Live broadcast channel Facebook page, please give us a follow. And if you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. But more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates, because if you don't, YouTube will never let you know that we've updated our forecast. All right, let's go ahead and get into this look today. And once again, we're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine. Once again, we're going to see a lot of scattered showers and thunderstorms to wrap our Tuesday and going into Wednesday. And yes, we're recording this early today because I got a couple of more Fox 5 days down in Atlanta to do. But the forecast for your Wednesday going in the middle of the week for the short week is going to be similar to what we're seeing. We're finishing up on our Tuesday. Look at the cloudy skies there in Helen forward today. And I continue to see with that heavy rain threat. There are flood watches up across North Georgia, which should end Tuesday night. So hopefully we'll get some dry weather back in here for the middle of the week. Local radar showing some rains back off toward the west to begin our day on Tuesday, and we'll continue to see some more scattered storms on Wednesday, although I think it'll back off just a little bit, but still staying generally on the wet and rainy side. We continue to see a pretty good flow of moisture here coming in out of the Gulf, so as long as this kind of stays in place, we're going to continue to stay a little unsettled, to say the least, as this wet and rainy weather pattern continues across our area. Looking at our regional temperature perspective, highs are going to stay generally in the 70s and lower 80s here, really for the remainder of the week. We're not going to see any real big heat waves anytime soon. In fact, we're kind of trending toward what looks like next week, going into the first week of June, we may see below normal temperatures kind of park itself here as we begin the new month ahead. Definitely not very summer-like. So the general thunderstorm risk will continue across all of East Tennessee and North Georgia. Now, from day to day, the Storm Prediction Center, depending on the current conditions, can adjust this. We've seen this multiple times over the weekend where we kind of upgrade to a marginal risk for severe weather, but nothing substantial out there. But you will see some heavy rains. You will see lightning and thunder that'll continue not only for the rest of your Tuesday, but also for Wednesday. And then we'll kind of back it off a little bit going into the forecast. I'll show you the 7-day forecast model here in just a second. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look right now at the latest rapid update. Again, Tuesday afternoon, we'll see the scattered storms once again, and we're going to do that again for Wednesday. But notice once we go into your Wednesday, not nearly as prevalent. Does not nearly look as much activity out there on your Wednesday. So hopefully we'll back that down just a little bit. We're going to keep it up still about 60% for tomorrow. And then we're going to watch this little disturbance back here to the west. This is going to bring the rain chances back up again. You see a little frontal system coming in here with some rains going into Thursday. You see that boundary right through there. So we'll have some hefty thunderstorms along there going into Thursday. And then we'll wait for this little disturbance to kind of slide on up. But the rain threat will continue right into the end of the week. So we may back off just a little bit, come back up. But the drier weather really looks like early next week will be the earliest time we'll see that. So as far as rainfall amounts are concerned, we're going to continue to stay very wet here. Again, we'll see some localized pockets around East Tennessee, North Georgia of probably 2 inches plus, depending on where the storms kind of flare up at any particular moment going for the rest of your Tuesday and for your Wednesday forecast. So just, plan accordingly. Same stuff we've been seeing here for the last 5 days. Let's go look at our surface maps here as we kind of go through this. Will indicate a little bit of change coming our way. Let's watch our forecast maps here as we go into your Wednesday. So again, still seeing, the mornings obviously be the less active period, but as we go into the afternoon, we'll fire up some afternoon showers and thunderstorms here going into your Wednesday and going into Thursday and Friday. We'll bring the rain chances back up with that boundary we just showed you kind of dropping on in there. So we'll bring more rain chances up for Friday. Saturday still looking pretty wet with that boundary kind of stuck in the area there. And then going into Sunday and Monday, we may bracket off just a little bit here. Although we'll say this, that the American GFS model is pretty gung-ho with another rain system coming in here, maybe impacting the area on Tuesday. So right now I'm just keeping a low rain chance in to see if that holds true. The European is drier on that toward next week, but it will be noticeably cooler, especially toward the end of next week if current forecast trends hold. So here's our forecast here for your Wednesday. Scattered storms out there. Maybe a little sunshine, 82-67 there in Chattanooga. That's fairly seasonal, not too far off at this time of year. Again, overnight lows here mostly in the 60s after some evening showers and storms on your Tuesday evening. Wednesday morning lows in the 60s, and then afternoon highs tomorrow generally holding upper 70s and low 80s once again, with thunderstorms likely scattered throughout the afternoon. Anything above 50% is your thunderstorms likely around the area. So regionally looking like this. Again, scatter storms all across the southeast. Temperatures holding mostly 80s, a couple 90s down there in Jacksonville and Savannah. Birmingham at 83, 86 in Jackson, as well as Memphis, 82 up in Asheville. Next 7 days, here we go. Okay, we keep that rain chance kind of elevated here through Saturday. Sunday, we back it off. Monday next week, not bad. 79-60 looks pretty good. And then a little bit of question mark on day 7, okay? Just because European looks dry, GFS is wet. We'll see which one kind of works this way. I'll just put a few more clouds in there for that day. But the trend is toward the next week, we will begin to dry out. So hold on. I know folks are saying, okay, let's turn the bucket off a little bit. It's coming our way. So in the meantime, if you have not downloaded our free weather app here, North Georgia Majestic Weather, there it is right there at the Apple Store and on Google Play. So for you Apple users and Android users, go ahead and take a snapshot of this right here. Go to that QR code and it'll take you right there, or you can go right to the store. Just put in North Georgia Majestic Weather. It'll come right up and you can go ahead and download that great tool. It'll tell you, alert you when rain's in the area, lightning nearby, hour by hour forecast. It does a future cast for tell you where the rain's going to go over the next hour, so you can get a projection of where it's heading. And a great tool to have, where it's something we're very proud of, one of the best in the business out there, and we're going to make it slowly better as we go through time. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on your Tuesday, going for your Wednesday forecast. And again, hold on. We got some relief coming our way as we go into next week. All right, that's your Talkin' Live broadcast channel forecast update. Make sure you give us a follow there on Facebook, and over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell to be alerted on all future weather updates. That's it for now. Y'all be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Another early recording for tomorrow as well. You guys take it easy. Have a great day. Bye-bye.